Hey, what's going on, you guys? What's going on? Grant Dunn here from Wenatchee, Washington. Ashley, she's laughing because she's not used to doing videos and she feels awkward. Which, laughter,
You're not.
laughter is better than being scared. Laughter is better than scared. So when you think about creating videos and doing your marketing, it's better. Listen, this is good. This is really good. This is good stuff. All right. So when you think about doing your marketing, I remember when I would do my first videos. She doesn't want this on the internet, but we're gonna post it. Hey, say hi to Bella. She's gonna come and sit with us. This is our firstborn child, Boxer. Kind of weird, I know, but no, obviously she's our puppy. She's our first puppy, and then Bruno's outside. But anyway, we're just gonna shoot this video, talk a little bit about our business so far. Bella, chill out. We're going to talk about our business so far, kind of where we've gone in the past 18 months since I got started, and just kind of what's going on. A lot of things are happening now that have changed. Some things have changed from where we were at before, and hopefully we can get through this. So. Anyway, so I remember when I first got started back in April. It was April of 2011. You should make a decision not to laugh.
I can't. It's really weird.
We're not talking to the camera. We're talking to them. What's up? What's up, friends?
Okay, you're used to it.
So, I got started in my business back in April of 2011. I had kind of got into the network marketing thing, which Ashley was so supportive, kind of, not really. And I came to the internet to learn how to market. I thought, prospecting my friends and family sucks. I don't like it. How can I, utilize technology, utilize the power of the internet to get my message, to get my face, to get my opportunity out in front of a lot of people in a short amount of time. And what it turned into, honestly, was, well, one, it was a lot of work, right? Because I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, my experience with the internet, my skill set with the internet was as much of watching YouTube videos and maybe checking my email once a month. I mean, that was like that was all I had, and I barely could Facebook. You know what I mean? I went through all of this learning curve of trying to figure stuff out, trying to learn how to market, trying to figure out backlinks and SEO and free strategies that ended up eventually costing us about $500 a month in SEO tools, right? And so I was spending $500. I got to the point where I was spending $500 a month on tools, on a business that was paying us maybe $100 or $200 a month. And so Ashley can kind of tell you how that made her feel when I'd want to go buy something else or buy a new course,
We're gonna start this over. I'm thrown off.
We'll start it over if after this one. Well, this is the trial run.
This is a
do it.
Not good one.
You're good. Just
it didn't make me feel good when you spent money we didn't have or that we have for bills. I can't be great.
Yeah. So I remember when I'd want to buy a new course or I'd want to buy a new tool. And what was your most common reaction?
No, what the heck are you thinking?
She'd get angry. She'd get angry with me, like how could you possibly go?
Often.
Yeah, how could you possibly go and spend more money before you're making money? And my theory was, well, there's something I don't know. There's something I don't know. I need to add this tool. I need to add this education to my arsenal so that I know what I'm doing wrong or what's not paying me. And honestly, I don't regret ever buying anything because, honestly, I think
if you didn't learn from it, it was a learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, there were some times where I think there was one time where I made a $1,500 buy. I bought into a business. It cost $1,500 to buy into this particular business. We practically maxed out a credit card to do it, and I never did anything with it. And so I learned from that,
which made me bitter.
Which made Ashley angry and bitter, and I mean, for me, I basically learned that to not make emotional decisions. I mean, buying is an emotional thing. You know, buying things online, I've learned that, you know, when you're selling stuff or buying stuff, you know, playing on the emotions or having your emotions played on is really the key to what makes a sale. However, I've learned to not make emotional decisions, but to assess my emotions, and you know, go think of them through logic and decide to buy or not with that. And even today, I still buy things, but today we make money, so it's a little bit different. So I guess, I mean, Ashley can talk a little bit about what started to kind of change your mind a little bit about this business and where I was at with it and stuff like that.
Well, you continually tried to get me to help, but I didn't want to. So I'd make any excuse up that I could think of. But when I really started to see results and money coming in, and then I started to believe that it's real and it works. But I didn't totally get on board until the San Diego event, where I was there, and just being at the event really motivated me to stand by my man, you know, and to not just stand by and support from the sidelines, but to get down and dirty and get some work done with him to help him so we can double our efforts and make more money faster. And it's not like a get rich thing, you still have to work hard, but if we're both working hard at it, then we can get to our goal faster than if I'm just sitting by saying, yay, go you, you know. So it just changed for me because I started to feel before we went to San Diego that I should help you. And it wasn't really anything that you said, but it just was tugging at me, you know, that I needed to help you. And more I would think, while I'm at work, I don't want to do this for that much longer. So, yeah, in San Diego I decided I'm all in, and I'm going to help you from not the sidelines, but help you alongside of you.
Yeah, so there was really like 3 phases of stages in which Ashley's support or belief or whatever changed. And I think the first phase was, Grant, you're spending money we don't have on something that that's never gonna work. It could potentially be a scam. You probably wondered.
I was very skeptical.
Very skeptical.
Like, I thought anything you did online or any transaction you made online would basically screw us over and screw our accounts over, because a lot of stuff that you do online can be scams, or people can get a hold of your account information just by spending money online. So
yeah. I mean, and that's all true, but I mean, that's gonna
not
happen.
really.
That's gonna happen if you go buy something at Bagden's.
You don't even have to buy something. People can get a hold
the
of your number.
That was one of the things too. Like for me, it was like I started seeing the internet as a safe place, a place that was honest. I mean, there are scams, there are illegal things that happen on the internet, but personally, I feel like if you hang out in the right neighborhood, you know, you don't have to worry about it. And that's kind of what I've had to explain to not only Ashley, but my parents and some of my friends. It's like, the internet is not a scam zone, right? The internet, honestly, to make money and be successful, unless you're a total idiot and you're trying to scam people and you're trying to steal people's account information, like, you have to be very transparent and honest and real. And honestly, a lot of the transactions that I think that happen on the internet have a higher level of integrity than if you were to go buy a car. You know, where they're literally there to hustle you, you know, and
not always.
Not always, but I just honestly, I don't think there's much difference between the internet and the real world. There still has to be honesty and integrity in order to be successful, and that was one of the things I think Ashley and everybody else struggle with, is like, well, these people can scam you because they're hiding behind their computer, and the reality is, if you want to be successful in the home-based business industry, you really can't hide behind your computer. You know what I mean?
You have to build relationships.
Yeah, you have to build relationships. You have to create trust in people so that they, you know, want to buy from you. So, you know, phase 1 was she wasn't successful at all. She didn't support me at all. We fought a lot. She would tell me, you know, I'm not trying to come down on Ashley. It's just where the perspective she was at was, she thought that I was pursuing money instead of the things that really matter, like God, family and friends. I would sacrifice time with family in order to be working at my computer, sometimes wasting time at my computer. And that was her perspective, to eventually, seeing some money come in. Back in November, I joined Empower Network, as many of you that are still watching this know. I joined Empower Network in November. Actually, it was like the beginning of October, and I went from spending $500 a month and making about $100 to $200 a month, maybe $300, to all of a sudden making thousands. So eventually we were actually making money, which was perfect because I had just gotten laid off from my plumbing job. So that helped, substitute or
some of the income.
Yeah, supplement some of the income that we had lost, or substitute, I guess is a better word. But then again, eventually we had all kinds of issues. We had merchant issues. Basically we couldn't process payments. I had sponsored 35 people or something, or 30 people, and all of a sudden I couldn't get paid anymore, and they couldn't build their businesses. The blogs weren't working. We had all these issues. Well, it was a new company. It was new technology, which they've come close to perfecting at this point. What was your, response to that? I can remember a couple times she'd come home. It was totally different, where she'd come home and I'd say, Ashley, I made $625 today. And she had the biggest smile on her face, because that was more than I was making in a week at my job. And I was making it in one transaction. Which is just what we offer at Empower Network, is huge leverage. What was your outlook on that? Other than what I just said.
I was excited and glad that it's beginning to
pay off,
and gave me a little bit of hope that it would continue to do that. But at the same time, I still wasn't 100% on board. So
yeah, not 100%. Until San Diego, which you kind of already touched on. We went to San Diego, and
I think I kind of was before, and we talked about it at dinner before we went to the event about how I'm going to be on board. But being at the event and seeing and meeting people and talking to the wives that haven't always been supportive, and realize that, hey, they need to be supportive, it was nice to get their insight, and to also know that I wasn't alone in this whole thing, and that I can move forward and help him even more by just being supportive 100%.
Yeah. So she saw the leadership. She met a lot of the people and saw that not only was success happening in Empower Network, not just for us, but for a ton of other people. We got to see 95% of the room stand up and say that they were making money with Empower Network already. That doesn't happen in any network marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales kind of event ever. And I think a huge portion, at one point Dave had everybody stand up who made their first commission online with Empower Network stand up. And I think there was, I don't know,
good portion.
It was a lot of people. A lot of people who had never made money on the internet ever in their lives made their first commission with Empower Network online. Their first commission on the internet with Empower Network, let me say it that way. And eventually actually started we were at this event down in San Diego that we just returned, Sunday now, so we just returned on Tuesday of earlier this week. And while we were at the event, she starts telling me that she wants to blog and help, and there's certain things that she believes she can do. And I'll tell you, that's kind of the main purpose of this video, you guys, is to explain that even if your spouse doesn't support you now, you got to keep moving forward, because if you feel like you're right, and you're serious about your success, you'll prove it eventually that you got it figured out, that you know what you're doing. And you don't even have to know what you're doing really, but just have faith and believe in yourself, believe in this industry, and especially believe in Empower Network and Dave, because
they know what they're doing.
They truly care about us. They care about Ashley and I, and they care about everybody in the Empower Network. They want us to be successful, and I think that was one of the things that we could see at San Diego, or especially Ashley, something I already kind of knew. But the more I hang out with them, the more I believe that too. Anyway, so we've come back home from San Diego, and now we're working together. We actually have brought on another partner. His name's Chad. He's a cool guy. He lives here in town. Very skilled, smart, driven, absolutely driven. In fact, his name's Chad Jaso. So you'll be hearing from him. He'll be doing a lot of our SEO stuff. He's really an analytical thinker, as well as a success-oriented person. he does he studies a lot of personal development. He's become probably the most valuable employee in his workplace, probably that the company's ever had, honestly. And now he wants to create his own wealth as part of our business, as a partner in our business. And so essentially our success is directly related to his success, and his success is our success. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, our plan is to take our business, take our income from where it's at now, which we can do anywhere between, I've had a $5,000 a month with Empower Network. We make a little bit of money here and there from other things, but most of our money comes from Empower Network. I'd say that residually, we're probably close to $1,500 now, as of this week. That's the $25 and the $100 memberships. Probably about $1,500, but we do, 2,000. We could do 2,000, 3,000 pretty easy because we have the big upsells. We have the Costa Rica, which is a $500 product. We have the 15K, which is a $1,000 product, and the Costa Rica Masters retreat, which is a $3,000 product. So essentially, we bring in a customer at $25, we have a potential to make over $4,000, and so does everybody who joins us. We can teach them how to do the same thing. So we're expecting with the systematized plan that we have, which I'm looking right up here at my whiteboard, we've created processes and systems that are going to help us work at a very efficient level. I've kind of ran my business like a chicken with my head cut off, and I don't think I've always felt like I've treated my business like a business, but not until now do I feel like I really am, in a position and I'm making a decision to operate our organization like a $1 million per year business, you know what I mean? And one of the things that we've also
organized too.
Yeah, getting organized. There's certain loose ends that I haven't been able to do because I'm trying to do all of these different things and wear all these different hats. And now with some help from Ashley and Chad, I'll be able to effectively execute every stage of acquiring a customer, or acquiring traffic, acquiring a customer, and basically making them a valuable team member, not just for us, but help them make money, which is really the ultimate goal, is to help other people make money. That's why we're here. We're here to make money for ourselves, but the beautiful thing about this industry is we make money when other people make money. So people join us, we show them what we're doing, and if they're serious about it, they'll implement what we're doing and be successful too. That makes sense? That makes sense.
But it doesn't have to go that way for everybody. Like how we're setting up our personal business with Empower isn't going to be the same as other people or whoever's watching will do theirs. Some people can do everything hardcore, and some people need a group to help them do it. So it's different for each individual person and what their strengths are. And
yeah, I agree. I've seen people who, in this industry who are superheroes all by themselves, and they built huge organizations as a one-man show. Then they hire people once they can afford it. But for me, I think I've come to a place, or I've come to realize, I've set my pride to the side and realized that I actually do need help. I really want help. Call it ADD or call it whatever, call it procrastination. The reality is I feel more comfortable working in a group setting. I've always played.
And more accountable.
Yeah, more, and keep me accountable. I've always been really successful in team sports. When I was in high school, and even after high school, I played some football, and I always gave 100%. I was always the best at my position, but
you didn't do all the positions.
But I didn't. Yeah, I knew what everybody was supposed to do when we ran a play, in football. Let's just say as an offensive lineman. When we ran a play, I knew what every person was going to do. I knew what the fullback was going to do, and the halfback. I knew what the quarterback's job was. I knew what the center's job was. I knew what, as a tackle, what my job was to do. And I'll tell you, when the play ended, if we weren't as successful, I could look at the field where people were standing, who made the tackle, and say, and I could depict who did the job wrong, right? But I think I'm programmed that way to work as a team. But I think I'm also a good team leader. That's why I was team captain and very successful in the league that I played in, especially in high school. But anyway, so that's just how I operate. So I'm excited about it. I feel like a lot of the load has been taken off. Ashley's excited about it.
I see a difference in in you too. When it comes to getting to work, you're more excited, you're more motivated, and it's as if you did have a load taken off, and you're not as stressed out about it as you were before.
Yeah.
So, just seeing that difference in you is a change of business in our business, and will help us move forward.
Yep. And because I have faith in Ashley and I have faith in Chad. I mean, I know that I can, help them implement or understand what they need to do, and that they're going to go and do it. And that takes a huge load off because I don't have to do it anymore. I can focus on making videos, making Ashley feel goofy, and make it. Well, I didn't make her laugh. I think she just laughed because she was uncomfortable. But anyway, guys, we just appreciate it. Wanted to just kind of sit here and chat with you. Awesome if you stayed and actually hung out. You really do love us as much as we love you, because we just kind of sat here and ranted for a little while. But we appreciate you. If you're looking for a good team, you're looking for solid leadership, and you want to take your financial situation to a different place, and you want to take your success to a different level. We want to invite you to join us. We really do. I mean, we're excited about the journey we're headed on. We know where we're going. We're going to the multiple six figures within the next 3, 4, 5 months. We've got a systematized plan to do that, and we're going to take people with us. That's the ultimate mission, is to take as many people with us as possible, and it can be you if you're serious about it. So if you have to, go ahead and click the link below this video. Go check out the presentation on the next slide, see what we're doing, and let us show you how to use automated processes and leverage the power of the internet to build a successful home-based business with us. We love you and appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Your big toe probably was in that.
Well, hopefully they liked it. I got awesome big toes.